Hello, this is Dean and welcome to my video. Water. It's a wonderful thing. It nourishes our bodies, nourishes our crops, but in the wrong location it can be a nuisance. You know, it's often been said of plumbers that the job is never really done until the last drip is fixed. In today's video, the homeowner has a leak around her kitchen faucet that needs repairing. I'd like to show you how we did that, so let's get after it. Today's repair was prompted by the leak at the bottom of the faucet spout. You can see the residual water here. Now we began this repair by shutting off the cold water underneath the sink. And then the hot water. Now this is the kit we're going to use, made especially for Delta and Peerless faucets. This tool you're about to see contains an Allen wrench on this end for removing the faucet handle set screw. Take note of the claws on this end of the tool. These are used to loosen the bushing under the faucet handle. This is the guide for the faucet handle shaft. You get two of these in the kit, and this is the one we'll need. Now this is the gasket for the handle guide. Two sets of O-rings are included. This is the size we'll be needing, the thicker ones. Also, we'll be using this cone-shaped set of valve springs. And lastly, we'll use this set of rubberized valve seats. Take the Allen wrench on the end of the tool and insert it into the set screw in the handle. Turn counterclockwise, and you may need a set of pliers to lightly apply pressure, but be careful you don't strip the screw. Now once you remove the handle, you'll see a flat spot on the handle shaft where the set screw is tightened. Now turn the tool around and use the claws on the back side to insert into the slots of this bushing and turn it counterclockwise for a couple of turns. This will take the pressure off the faucet head in preparation for the next step, removal of the faucet head. Now this would be a good time to place a towel behind your faucet in preparation for this next step. We're going to remove the entire ball diverter and shaft assembly, noting the position of the male appendage that fits into the female slot. This is the old guide for the faucet handle shaft and its gasket. Here's the new gasket and the new guide for the faucet handle shaft. Our next step is removal of the faucet spout by carefully swiveling back and forth while lifting up. You might encounter this diverter. Aptly named, it is used to divert water to your spray handle if you have one. If this were to fall out while removing the faucet spout, carefully reinsert it. The next part of our project involves removing these valve seats and springs. Begin by taking a set of needle nose pliers, removing the valve seat, and then take note as you remove the spring, the orientation. In this case, the large part of the spring goes in first. Repeat for the other side. And now here's our new spring and new valve seat. Place it in the hole, push down with your finger, and make sure it seats properly. And then repeat for the other side. This next step involves removing one of two O-rings, and we'll begin by removing this one at the bottom. Now this would be a good time to introduce you to the waterproof grease that I purchased. This is FDA approved for home use around water products. And we're going to use it to grease the O-rings and all the rubber products for that matter. So place a small amount on your finger, massage it into the O-ring, and we're going to set this one aside for the moment as we begin work in removing the second O-ring at the top. Now it helps to have a couple of screwdrivers handy. Once removed, we take our second new O-ring and apply the waterproof grease to it as well. We're going to reapply this one first and slide it all the way to the bottom. Then we take our second O-ring, which has already had the grease applied, and place it around the top. Take some of your grease and apply it to the inside of the neck of the faucet spout, especially those areas where the O-rings are going to hit when you reassemble it. Carefully place it back down onto the faucet, being careful of that diverter, and press down into place. Notice how easy it turns. Now, after placing grease on the handle guide gasket, place the faucet handle shaft up through the guide and the gasket, remembering the pin on the left side and the female receptacle. As you set it into place, note that there is also a pin on the right side that fits into a slot where the ball is. Put this in place first, and then if need be, swivel the handle guide so that the pin aligns on the left side. This can be a little bit of a juggling act. Also, this is going to be a bit spongy, so you need to keep pressure downward on it as you reapply the faucet head, or dome as they call it. Note here that I have to hold the white handle guide in place as I screw the dome down. And we secure it a little bit further using some slip joint pliers around the towel for protection. Now is the time to break out the tool again with the claws on the end. Insert them into the bushing and tighten it a couple of turns. The more you turn this, the tighter the handle shaft will be. And we take some of our grease and apply it to the flat spot on the handle shaft. Also apply a little bit of the grease to the inside of the handle. Then reapply the set screw with the tool provided. Don't forget to turn your water back on. Now check for leaks. This homeowner is happy, and so am I, and this project gets a thumbs up. I'd like to thank you for watching today's video, and I hope you learned a little something. If you like what you saw, please consider subscribing to my channel by clicking on my face icon in the upper right of the screen near the end of this video. And we'll see you next time.